Welcome back to the next video here in our series of deck creations. These have been a little bit different than what I've seen online or offline and that sort of thing. A lot of people are using mutate, a lot of people are using a lot of creature creation. I went for a little bit more simple type decks here. This one starts off, okay, let's add Birds of Paradise, no problem. Here's some mana creations and that sort of thing. So we got our Birds of Paradise, no problem. So there's some nice Birds of Paradise, flying creatures, blocking creatures, if you want to use them that way down the road. But what the combo is in this deck is we have Hydro Growth. And for those who have played Magic the last 2 years, I guess, Hydro Growth has been around. At the beginning of your upkeep, it doubles the number of +1/+1 counters on your enchanted creature. What I thought would be kind of cool and I've done this a few times, because this creature, unless they tell you to sacrifice your creatures and that, Paradise Druid is a good creature to enchant because it can't be bolted, it can't be shocked, or it can't be easily destroyed by a simple spell. You can't murder it, the only way you can get rid of it a lot of the times is if I tap it for some stupid reason. Why would I tap it if I want to try and use this combo on it? So Hydro Growthing Paradise Druid is one of the better ways of getting a strong creature in that through this. But the reason for the Paradise Druids, okay, is I want to go forth and have a big honkin' creature, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, unless they know it's in there, I'm going to fling it at them. I'll sacrifice my creature. As long as they don't counter it, I'll go forth and I'll sacrifice my creature, this big honkin' Paradise Druid that's got Hydro Growth on it, and fling it at them. No problem. So therefore, that's one of the combos in this deck. I don't know. I've got so much mana producing in here. I don't know if I really need Llanowar Elves as well. But I think the Llanowar Elves are in here for another reason. We got Mana Birds as well. Birds of Paradise is the other name of it. But, okay. But we have the Gaia's Anthem, which is your creatures you control get +1/+1. So therefore, we have ways to bump up our Mana Birds, and there can be stronger flying creatures. No problem. So creatures you control get +1/+1. It's a nice enchantment, as long as it doesn't get destroyed. It helps your creatures. And then we have Shock, which will be replaced by probably Lightning Bolts when I find more. I'll have to try and pick some up over the next little while. I'm running low on them because of the amount of decks I've made up lately. But another combo in this deck, and this is one of the reasons behind this, is, okay, we got Act of Treason. No problem. We'll use the Act of Treason to go forth and steal their creature, attack with it, and then fling it at them. Or fling it at one of their creatures they have on the board. So you basically get rid of their strongest creature that they have. You can deal damage. Like, say they've got a 10/10 ground creature out there, like a dinosaur or something like that. You want to steal it and throw it back in their face. That's what I like about this. So you steal their creatures, you throw it at them. You can do the same thing over and over again. Look at Regrowth. Return target creature from your graveyard to your hand. Regrowth the Fling, and do it again. If you got 6 mana out, or 9 mana out because of the Llanowar Elves and the Druids and the Mana Birds and that sort of thing in this, that helps quite a bit when you have a combo like that to use. So your Regrowth, do it again. Throw another creature at them. So Windstorm is a way just to deal X damage to creature with flying. Because there's not a lot of flying creatures, there's only the mana birds in this deck that are flying. I figured as a last resort, if they've got a couple of 5/5 flying creatures out, it's a good way to try and get rid of them. Why you have it's like a fireball for flying creatures. But another scenario here was the slime molding. Because there's a lot of land produced in here, which I found there's a couple of other spells out there that I would like to probably add in here instead of some of these. Maybe get rid of the Limber Elves, and if there's something that I can produce more land faster, or maybe put Ivory Tower and Urza's not Ivory Tower, but Urza's Mine, Urza's Tower, and Urza's Power Plant in here instead to help out with, I don't think there's anything really in here other than one spell that costs more than one land color. So yeah, I can put in something that would help this guy to create the XX green ooze creature. So say I were to put in the Urza's Towers and that in here and produced a 10/10 creature. And then you throw it at them. That might be an idea. But this one's in here just to, whenever you cast a creature spell, draw a card. I'd like to add more of these in here if I come across more down the road. I may have more in my box. I don't know if I own any more of these. But it's whenever you cast a creature spell, draw a card. That's pretty simple. But what I need to do is, for this spell here, and maybe I'll make a deck around like a spell like this instead. Slime molding. I'd love to make a simple deck that is mana producing, but is also a defensive deck, as well as if I can produce a lot of land quickly in a game to produce creatures like this, or to do other things to people, or do the Windstorm, or even Fireball by that matter. But I'd love to see the slime molding as well as fling in that sort of aspects, to fling a creature at fling something at somebody for a lot of points of damage, really serious points of damage. But it's a mess. I haven't been able to do a physical test of this type of deck as of yet. I'd like to. I kind of wish like Arena had all these cards so I could build the deck and test it online, but I can't. So hopefully it's got some goodness to it. The Paradise Druid and the Hydra Growth, this combo here is one of the main reasons for the deck, Hydra Growth and Paradise Druid, and then you fling it at them. Or if you can play a card that gives you your creature trample, that would be good as well. Or put it on a trample creature if I were to throw trample creatures in here instead. If I took the slime moldings out and put something else in place. Some trample creatures that have hexproof. I don't know if there is one, but I wouldn't mind going looking for one. So if you're still watching and looking at the end of this, I will be starting to look for creatures that I could throw in here that have hexproof. That would go good with the Hydra Growth Fling combination. But right now, this is the deck of red-green. It could stay, it's going to stay that, but there seems to be an awful lot of green in here with a little bit of red. I could take out the red if I need to, but I'd rather keep the Fling in here just on a whim to do something, certain damage. But Feel free to comment below. Let me know what you would think I should change in the deck. That would be most appreciated. But we'll catch you on the next video. Bye for now.